Delphi Automotive PLC is an automotive parts manufacturing company headquartered in Gillingham, Kent, UK. It is one of the world's largest automotive parts manufacturers and has approximately 161,000 employees, of whom around 5,000 are in the United States. With offices worldwide, the company operates 126 wholly owned manufacturing sites, and 15 technical centers across 32 countries. History: 1994, General Motors formed Automotive Components Group. 1995, ACG was renamed Delphi Automotive Systems. 1997, GM and Hughes Electronics Corporation spin-off of Hughes Defense Electronics business and transferred Delco Electronics from Hughes to Delphi. 1999, Delphi Automotive Systems became a fully independent publicly held corporation. 2000, Delphi purchased UK-based Lucas Diesel Systems from TRW Incorporated, who purchased its parent Lucas Varity plc in 1999. 2001, 11,500 jobs were cut worldwide. 2002, Delphi Automotive Systems was renamed Delphi Corporation, reflecting its diversified business direction. 2004, Delphi was subpoenaed by the Securities and Exchange Commission in July for irregular accounting practices and financial transactions. 2005, Delphi disclosed irregular accounting practices. A number of executives, including CFO Alan Dawes, resign. Delphi chairman J.T. Battenberg retires. Delphi files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection to reorganize its struggling U.S. operations. As a result of this action, the Securities and Exchange Commission granted an application by the New York Stock Exchange to delist Delphi's common stock and bonds. The stock traded over the counter on the Pink Sheets electronic exchange. 2005, 24 plants closed down in the U.S. 2006, Delphi announced it would sell off or close 21 of its 29 plants in the United States. The 8 plants it intends to keep are located in Brookhaven, Mississippi; Clinton, Mississippi; Grand Rapids, Michigan; Kokomo, Indiana; Lockport, New York; Rochester, New York; Warren, Ohio; and Vandalia, Ohio. Delphi proposes that these remaining plants will operate with wage reductions and workforce reductions. February 2007, Delphi announced the closure of its plant in Puerto Real, Cádiz, Spain, with a loss of 1,600 direct jobs and more than 2,500 indirect jobs, despite having agreed to continue its manufacturing operations until 2010 and receiving more than $25 million from various public administrations in order to guarantee its workers' jobs. The Andalusian autonomous government announced it would begin legal action against the company for breach of local labor laws. May 2008, Delphi filed a lawsuit against investors. The lawsuit seeks to impose payment by investors in the amount of $2.55 billion in securities to aid Delphi as it seeks to come out of bankruptcy. U.S. bankruptcy judge Robert Drain in New York ruled to allow Delphi to seek payments through a contract against Appaloosa Management LP, as well as denying investors' request for a cap of $250 million for damages. October 6, 2009, Delphi's core assets were purchased by a group of private investors to create a new Delphi Corporation. Some of its non-core steering operations have been sold to General Motors Company, the successor to the bankrupt Motors Liquidation Company that used to be the old General Motors Corporation. The stock was cancelled. The old Delphi Corporation was renamed DPH Holdings Corporation. Chapter 11 reorganization. During the Chapter 11 cases, Delphi made substantial progress in identifying and implementing the sale or wind-down of those facilities and business lines that do not support the Campania Euro unregistered trademark's future strategic framework, including the sale of the brake hose manufacturing business in Dayton, Ohio to Harco Manufacturing Group, announced in January 2007. The settlement of a social plan in the concurso, or Spanish insolvency proceeding, of Delphi Automotive Systems Hispana S.L. The sale of the Mexican brake components business, including a manufacturing plant in Saltillo, Coahuila, Mexico, to Robert Bosch LLC and its affiliate Frenados Mexicanos, S.A. de CV, announced in June 2007. The sale of substantially all of the assets of Mobile Aria, Incorporated to Wireless Matrix USA, Incorporated. The sale of the U.S. battery operations in New Brunswick, New Jersey to Johnson Controls, Incorporated in 2006. The wind-down of a Delphi Medical Texas facility in Houston, Texas, the consolidation of fuel injector production in Rochester, New York during 2006 to 2007, which allowed the debtors to wind down a manufacturing facility in Coopersville, Michigan, the sale of the catalyst business to Umicore Group, completed in October 2007. The sale of the wheel bearings business based in Sandusky, Ohio to Kaikalos, Incorporated, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of Hephaestus Holdings, Incorporated, in February 2008. The sale of the global steering and half-shaft business to Steering Solutions Corporation, a wholly owned subsidiary of Platinum Equity, LLC, announced in December 2007. The steering business was based in Saginaw, Michigan, and was formerly known as the Saginaw Steering Division of General Motors. The sale of the interiors and closures business was announced in October 2007, to Renco Group. This includes facilities in Gadsden, Alabama, Cottondale, Alabama, North Kansas City, Missouri, Orion, Michigan, Adrian, Michigan, Worth, France, Matamoros, Mexico, the SDADS joint venture in Shanghai, China and the KDS joint venture in Daegu, South Korea. The sale of certain North American brake component machining and assembly assets to TRW Automotive Holdings, which includes sites in Saginaw, Michigan, Spring Hill, Tennessee, and Washawa, Canada, announced in September 2007. The company will continue with its stated plans to sell or wind down additional non-core product lines and manufacturing sites through 2008. The sale of various components and steering operations to the new General Motors Company was announced on August 3, 2009. Delphi Thermal Systems, Powertrain Systems Grand Rapids, and Electronics and Safety became part of GM Components Holdings LLC, a subsidiary of GM. Delphi Steering, 2 regional engineering centers, and 15 manufacturing locations in Mexico, Brazil, Europe, India, China, and Australia became part of GM Global Steering Holdings LLC, also a subsidiary of GM. Sale of Global Suspension and Brakes business to Beijing West announced March 31, 2009. BWI Group commenced November 1, 2009. Operations: Delphi has 4 diversified business segments. Electrical Electronic Architecture provides complete vehicle electrical architecture systems, integrating wiring and cable assemblies, electrical centers and connection systems. Electronics and Safety provides components, systems and software for both passive and active safety, security, comfort and infotainment, as well as other vehicular electronic controls. Powertrain Systems provides integrated gasoline and diesel engine management systems, including fuel handling, valve train fuel injection, combustion controls, electronics, and a complete line of aftermarket products and services. Thermal Systems provides powertrain cooling via heat exchanger systems as well as heating, ventilation and air conditioning systems for the occupant cabin. Controversies: on March 4, 2005, Delphi said it had fired its CFO and would restate earnings between 1999, when Delphi spun off from General Motors Corporation, GM, and 2004 for improper reporting of rebates, credits, or other payments from suppliers. In June 2006, Delphi said in a filing that it would restate its 2005 report, which would increase Delphi's reported 2004 net loss by $65 million. In 2013, Delphi became involved in an ongoing lawsuit against GM, because it manufactures ignition switches for the Chevrolet Cobalt, whose original design is alleged to be defective. Joint ventures: Enidel, started as a joint venture of Ena1 and Delphi. In August 2008, Ena1 bought exclusive ownership of Enidel. Condungs. Senior management: on November 4, 2009, Delphi named a new board with John A. Kroll as the chairman. Rodney O'Neill is the president and chief executive officer of the company. Environmental record: researchers at the University of Massachusetts Amherst identify Delphi Corporation as the 21st largest corporate producer of air pollution in the United States in 2002. According to the study, the manufacturer's most toxic emissions included asbestos, chromium compounds, lead compounds, and sulfuric acid, while the most massive emissions were glycol ethers and hydrochloric acid. References. External links: Delphi website, SEC litigation release, Slate article on bankruptcy, DPH Holdings Corporation, the website for the old Delphi Corporation which now concerns its bankruptcy case.